So who is the girl in the hard hat? It's me. I've been immersed in the construction industry since 2003. I didn't have any family actively working in the construction industry growing up, so I was not exposed to it at all. So how did I get into it? Well, I had one of those reality checks after my first year of college, decided that I probably needed to figure out what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. The best way I could do that as an 18 or 19-year-old was to think about what I liked to do for my hobbies. And what was that? Well, one of the ones that stuck out the most was making miniature models of little furniture or houses. Of course, the next logical question is, what can you do with that? How can you make a living, right? So my first thought was architectural modeling, right? Miniature models, perfect. So I started digging into that, realized that it's not really a thing anymore. It's kind of all on the computer, AutoCAD, BIM, all that fun stuff. So that was a little dream crushing, but I decided, why don't I try looking at architecture? I did that very briefly, and I realized I'm not really much of the artistic type. I'm a little more on the math and sciencey side, not the artsy side. So architecture, maybe that doesn't work out so well either. I happened to find out that construction management was a major. The moment I heard that, it was like a light bulb went off. I said, yes, that's what I'm doing. So I got it figured out. I'm going to a 4-year degree. I'm gonna get construction management classes. I'm gonna know everything there is about building a building. I'm gonna get out of college and just be able to boss everyone around, right? Of course, that's what I thought as a 19-year-old. Not how I think now. During my 4 years in college, I got to do an internship at a high-end custom home builder up in the mountains, building fascinating custom homes with bowling lanes and service kitchens and pizza ovens and elevators. It was pretty fun. I wanted to kind of broaden my experience, broaden my knowledge a little bit outside of just buildings, home, residential, commercial, try to figure out what niche I wanted to get into once I graduated. So I went into specialty mechanical. I was part of teams that installed high purity piping in semiconductor facilities like Intel and Samsung. Those are the companies that build the little chips in the phone and your computers. I had to move to a different state every 6 months. So once that got old, or maybe I got old, I don't know, one of the two, I decided I wanted to come back to Colorado, where I currently reside. I hired on with a medium-sized commercial company building medium-sized commercial buildings, then built up to the project manager managing the projects from the office side, which you're basically side by side with the superintendent, the field side. And then I went into the learning and development role. So what I didn't realize when I had my life planning session right when I started getting into college was that another one of my hobbies was building PowerPoints, kind of making presentations, making movies out of them. I actually even made my wedding invitation as a little disc, a little PowerPoint that automatically started when people put it in their computer. Thinking about it, it was probably a complete pain in the ass for people. Oh well, we had enough people that attended the wedding, so I have faith that most people figured it out. Through all of my experiences in construction, which I value very much so, I noticed that there was a lot of stress. There was a lot of challenges. There was a lot more people skills than almost building skills. And that's maybe what I needed to start concentrating on more than the technical side, because we have great guys who know how to do that very well. So I'm going to leave that to them while I try to figure out the people side, trying to figure out how we manage, how we reduce our stress, how we become healthier, improve our wellness, improve our happiness in the industry, work more as a team versus against each other as a team. Really studying just the people aspect of construction and sharing that knowledge with you. As the quote goes, what's the best way to move a mountain? One stone at a time.